I'm Shannon.
And I'm Holly, and this is a Girls Gone Curious podcast, where we talk about things that make us curious. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and relax, because your show is loading. Today's episode includes strong language. This podcast is not suitable for children. Please listen with care. It is time for some Reddit stories.
Woo woo.
We do apologize if we say any of the names or places wrong in these stories.
So for our first stories, we are doing Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for controlling my wife's free time?
Yes.
My wife and I are in our early 40s with a couple kids, so our lives are pretty busy. We try our best to give each other one night a week to ourselves, our free time to unwind or pursue solo hobbies or whatever. When the weather is nice, my wife often likes to go hiking. Sometimes with her sister, sometimes with our dog, sometimes by herself. If she's going hiking, I ask her to let me know where she's going and roughly when she'll be home. I want to know so in case something happens, I know when to be concerned and where to start looking. She's grumbled about it a little bit before, but it's mostly never caused any issues until a couple of days ago. She had her free night on Monday and told me she was hanging out with her sister. Tuesday morning, I asked how her sister was doing and if they had fun. She told me everything was good and they had a good time hiking together. I said something like, "Hey, please remember to let me know when you're going and when you'll be home if you're going hiking." And she blew up at me. She said she's so tired of me trying to control her free time and that it's not fair of me to try and micromanage what she does and where she goes, when she never does that to me. It devolved into an argument from there, and we're both still pretty annoyed about it. From my perspective, it's not about controlling her, it's about safety. She's out in the woods, sometimes after dark, sometimes by herself. She isn't always in areas with cell phone coverage. I worry if she gets hurt or lost or something else happens to her, I wouldn't have a clue where to send help unless she tells me where she's going to be. She argues that she doesn't ask for that kind of information from me when I'm having free time, but I'm not doing activities that involve the same sort of risks. Am I the asshole for wanting to know where she is and when she'll be back when she's out hiking?
I was wrong. He is not the asshole.
I do kind of want to know, like, what activities does he do? Like, does he go out fishing? Does he go out does he take his kayak or canoeing? Does he take his kayak or canoe out? Like, what kind of activities is he doing? Is he just going hang out with guys? And
is he going golfing?
Yeah, like, but I don't believe he is the asshole, no.
Yeah.
So comment number 1, if she's going hiking, I ask her to let me know where she's going and roughly when she'll be home. This is hiking safety 101. Anyone who hikes, especially solo, should tell someone where they're going with an estimated time back. Twisted ankles happen, and so does getting lost. I find her emotional reaction to your common sense to be very disproportionate. In all honesty, I have to wonder if she's really going hiking. She was very defensive and launched into a tirade over a simple question. Not the asshole. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I was thinking that too. Like, she kind of, if that's accurate, she kind of overreacted to that for sure.
The thing is, I used to hike with my dad all the time. And, well, since I had him with me, I wasn't worried.
Right.
But we'd always tell my mom, like, where we're going and what we're doing. And, I mean, me and my dad hiked the Appalachian Trail, and a lot of shit went wrong, and luckily we made it fine and okay, but nothing always happens according to plan.
Right.
So, and if you're a hiker, you know to tell someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Comment number 2, absolutely agree. Before I was ill, I used to travel alone a lot. I'd always keep people updated of where I was going and when I'd be back. I'd also communicate locations along the way. I didn't even need to be asked. It's just common sense. She should be actively telling people without needing to be asked. True.
Yes. I definitely don't think he's the asshole.
I don't think so either.
And like the first comment said, and you said, is she really hiking?
Yeah.
If she's that...
freaking out about it? Yeah.
I just know hiking, a lot of shit can happen, and like 95% of the time, there's no phone service.
Yeah, and it wouldn't matter if you were an avid hiker or this was your very first hike. You should always tell people where you're going.
Yes, and there's serial killers out there.
Yeah, think of the Arizona case.
Yeah.
Where she was hiking weekly, multiple times throughout the week, and she was killed. So,
if you're going hiking, let someone know where you're going and when you plan to be back.
Absolutely.
Didn't think this was going to turn into like advice.
Right.
Jumping into our second Am I the Asshole story. Am I the asshole for suggesting my in-laws stay at an Airbnb instead of us leaving our home with our kitten? My parents-in-law are visiting us for a week. Because our space is small, 50 meters squared, they would have to sleep on the couch, which they wouldn't like. So I suggested booking an Airbnb for them. That way they could spend the day with us, enjoying homemade meals. My husband insists on that. They will get mad if this isn't the case. Then go out and return for dinner at our place before spending the night at their Airbnb comfortably. My husband hated this idea and was furious. He wants us to leave our apartment for them to... What? He wants us to leave our apartment for them and stay at an Airbnb ourselves, taking our 3-month-old kitten with us because they hate cats, and then come back every morning to prepare meals, do house chores for them, and spend the day with them? Am I crazy for thinking this sounds unreasonable? No.
No, this is ridiculous.
That is crazy. Comment number 1. This is insanity. It's your home. Say no and don't leave. Also, please get rid of... your husband. How embarrassing to be an adult man pandering to his mommy like that. Not the asshole.
Agree.
Comment number 2. Go stay at the Airbnb on your own and have a nice few days of vacation. Let your hubby sleep on the couch and cook and clean for his parents. You aren't anyone's housekeeper or personal chef. If he wants mommy and daddy to have home-cooked meals, he can cook them himself, not the asshole. Agree with pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's absolutely bizarre to me that he's expecting that they go stay in an Airbnb. So they take their kitten and go stay at the Airbnb, but then they have to come back and cook and clean and make their bed for her? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Since you're staying at their house, you should be the one that's helping. Because they're letting you stay at their house.
Yeah. I understand. Some couches aren't comfortable. Some are very comfortable. But you don't want to like sleep on them every single night. I get that. But they can go stay at an Airbnb.
Yeah. What's so wrong with them staying at an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Or a hotel? That makes no sense. Definitely he caters to his parents.
Absolutely, yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
And I feel like there's probably a lot more to this in that relationship.
Yeah, agreed. So for our next set of stories, we are doing Am I Overreacting? Am I overreacting? I found a Valentine's Day card to my boyfriend from another woman.
What's it say in the card?
So the original poster sent a picture of the card and what it said on the inside. So it says, Ryan, happy Valentine's. Thank you for my package that I am so grateful I located. Enjoying the hoodies this winter. Although they took so long to get here, I can't smell you on them. My protein shakes are yummy. That wrapping though. Hope I can convince you to play me music and tattoo me soon. I miss your face and hope I see it soon. Kisses. I'll be good in the meantime. Love, Caitlin. Kisses.
I'd be concerned with that.
First time ever posting on Reddit. Long time lurker. He swears they're just friends. That they met over the years of going to a certain metal Christmas festival. That he sent her the hoodies. That he sprayed with his cologne because she asked. For her and her father, along with a case of protein shakes you can only get at Costco. And apparently there's not one by her. She lives in Florida. He says this was just a thank you for him sending her those things. I'm just like, you must think I'm an idiot, but I must ask, am I overreacting? I said that this is completely inappropriate and not in any way friend-like on either part.
Not overreacting. I don't think
she's overreacting. I think she might be underreacting, to be honest. The nerve of some people. Clearly there's more going on there than just being friends.
Well, and that you're spraying his cologne
on the hoodies. And the hoodies are for her and her dad? Sure.
Sure.
Comment number 1. I'll be good in the meantime is all you need to know. They've been bad together. Agreed.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't see it, but there is like 4 kisses on the card and then there's like a heart next to her name. So yeah, they've definitely had something more than friendship for sure.
Yeah.
Comment number 2. Babe, he went to the store thinking about her. Brought the shakes home thinking about her. He wrapped them while thinking about her. He got a box big enough for the shakes and hoodies to all fit in. He walked to his room, grabbed the cologne he knows she likes, and sprayed it on the hoodies. He packaged that shit up, likely sending a personal handwritten card as well. Drove to the post office, addressed it to her, paid for it. Sending packages is not cheap. And sent that shit off to Florida. She wants him to serenade her and tattoo her. He's clearly talked with her about doing both. He's also clearly talked to her about quite a lot without your knowledge, because nobody goes through all that effort just to help someone out because they don't have a Costco card. Like what? There's no way to spin this story where it's not obvious he's into her and vice versa. Men, humans, are lazy, babe. Why the fuck would he go through all that effort for someone random? Absolutely not. Think about all of the times he didn't follow through with shit for you. Then think about the fact he did all that shit for another woman. Think about the fact he did all that shit for another woman and didn't think about you the whole damn time he was doing it. She can't wait to see him. She will be good in the meantime. No man is worth doing that level of gymnastics to bend over and view this story through his weird-ass explanation. Absolutely not. He's trash. Time to dump it. Plus your post-breakup glow is going to be fucking phenomenal.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Definitely not overreacting.
No, I've definitely cheating.
Yeah. Well, and she says, I miss your face and I hope to see you soon. So obviously they met up. And...
multiple times. And that's the other thing too, like, does he do like work trips?
Yeah. Well, in the hope to see you soon means that they're probably planning to meet up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. swears they're just friends.
Mm-hmm.
BS.
No, yeah.
And she lives in Florida and there's no Costco.
Yeah. So it's like...
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Uh-huh.
I'm calling her bluff on that.
It's like, oh, well, you know what? You can actually go and... Are
you looking up the
Costco's
in Florida?
Well, isn't that interesting? There is several in Florida.
Probably
just so weird.
Probably all over, too. Not in just one area.
Yeah. That's really weird.
Oh my God.
I rolled my eyes so hard it hurt.
Definitely be questioning everything that he says.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Moving on to our second, am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? My ex-wife and her new husband legally made their last name my full fucking name. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. Freaking. Is Jerry Springer still on the air?
Where do you find this shit? On Reddit, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
You cannot make this shit up. I was married once. My ex-wife blew it all to hell by cheating on me with one of my closest fucking friends. Love the language. That betrayal crushed me. But whatever, I rebuilt it. She kept my last name after the divorce. Weird, but I let it go. Fast forward. She marries the guy she cheated with. Fine. Closure. Good for them. But here's where it goes off the rails. Her new husband's last name is the same as my first name. So when they hyphenated it, their big, shiny, new, married surname is now my entire fucking legal name. Imagine your name is David Carter. The guy she cheats with is named John David. They marry, hyphenate, and proudly announce themselves as Mr. and Mrs. David Carter.
Oh my God.
Which is literally your name. They're on Facebook, smiling, posting, "Here's to the new official Mr. and Mrs. David Carter." Meanwhile, I'm staring at my phone thinking, holy fuck, my ex-wife and her affair partner just legally rebranded themselves as me. And no, my name isn't common. People are going to see it and assume it's me. So tell me, am I losing my mind here? Or is this just as completely fucked up as it feels?
Second one.
There was an update, and the update said, I am not on their social media. A mutual acquaintance sent me the screenshot with them adjoining text. What the fuck is wrong with them? And then another update. If anybody would like proof, please wager $20 or more, and I would gladly supply you with proof and my Venmo.
Get that money.
This dude's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Comment number 1. Now I need to know how much you made off getting the answer, because I'm so curious. OP responded, so far $60. With another guy saying, oh, I didn't think you'd deliver, who owes me. Comment number 2. It's a win on your side. You'll be a constant reminder, a constant present weighing on their marriage. Every time she'll sign something, she'll think of you. Every time someone will call her by her full name, Mrs. John David, she'll think of you whether she wants it or not. Right now it's fine. They're in the honeymoon phase, but eventually they'll both feel it. After every fight, every disagreement, especially if or when one of them cheats. Meanwhile, you have an objectively funny story to tell. Sorry, OP. And get to move on with your life. They don't. For them, moving on will be impossible.
I like that comment.
This is so bizarre. This is fucking nuts.
Yeah, this is so bizarre. Like, I'm all for petty, but the woman, his ex-wife, cheated on him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he cheated on her or anything like that. She cheated on him and then married the guy she cheated with. And she... This is bizarre. I think it's hilarious, though, that he so far has $60.
That's fucking hilarious.
People who are curious.
Yeah. Well, we don't know when this posted, so he might have even more.
True, very true.
Man, that's fucking hilarious. It just...
I am shocked. Like, I'm at a loss for words, actually, because that is so weird. Like, why would you do that? Like, when, let's say you're being intimate, you're literally going to call out your husband's / ex-husband's name? Yeah. Because they both have the same name? That's so weird. Like,
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she didn't quite get over him and she thinks this is fucking payback, but it's really not.
Yeah, that's so...
But the thing is, she's the one that fucking cheated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is the most craziest Reddit that we had so far.
Yeah. Definitely full of colorful language.
Yeah. Which I like.
Right.
Got my brain going in circles.
Yeah, same. I'm like, what? I'm kind of curious. Like, I want to see pictures.
Yeah. You got $20 to spare?
Not today, maybe tomorrow.
Oh, man. I mean, he's making profit, man.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
We're taking an interesting turn with this next story.
Yeah. Third set of stories is confessions. So confession number 1, I told a suicidal family member the truth and said everybody would be better off if they had killed themselves. And they went and did it. I don't feel any remorse.
One hell of a confession.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll try and keep it short, but you need a little bit of the backstory to understand what I told him and why. So sorry for the long read. I've been through twice now trying to cut stuff out. The family relations have been changed, altered, just in case anybody works out who I am. My brother-in-law's, Mark's marriage broke down, which we believed was due to him becoming an alcoholic and drug addict. We had all been trying to help him until it came out he'd actually beaten his wife 4 times, and the final time she ended up in the hospital with a broken orbital bone. He was no longer allowed to see his children or be near them. He then went to stay with an aunt who is 83. One night she called and said, "Could you come around? He's smashing up the place and I don't know what to do." She didn't want to call the police, but we did on our way over. We turned up and he was sat in the garden in handcuffs, screaming abuse at us and the police. He'd smashed up her kitchen and was off his face on drugs and drink. She didn't press charges and had him back a few weeks later. We kept popping in, calling to make sure she was okay, and she seemed it. We called social services anyway and reported it as elder abuse. However, they said it wasn't after an investigation. This caused a rift between us. 7 to 8 months had passed when she phoned again saying he was threatening to kill her cat if she didn't give him money. We went around, this time not calling the police because I wanted to beat the shit out of him, if I'm honest. And we turned up and he'd gone, but had kicked the cat. He was okay, though. She said he'd started to smash the house up because she wouldn't give him her debit card to go and buy drugs, then had said he was strangle the cat. He'd actually taken random stuff from the kitchen, we later found out, to sell. And also found out over time he'd stolen items and sold them. Things like DVDs, DVD player, etc. We called the police, who'd already picked him up due to another issue. She said it's not his fault, but he really scares me. She then said she'd take him back still because she doesn't know where he'd go. He got a suspended sentence due to the other issue said above and went back to live with her. We called social services again at this point and the police for elder abuse. While they were investigating, she sadly had a stroke and ended up going to live with another family member. The plan was to sell her house and for her to pay to live in assisted accommodation. However, he refused to move out and then one night smashed 3 of her windows, along with TV and a display cabinet she had. He was then sent to prison for 6 months. During this time, we kept going to visit her and became close. She ended up moving in with us. She sold her house and split the money between her other family members and used $3,000 to $4,000 on small adaptations to our house, wheelchair ramp, etc. She kept in contact with Mark at first, but said it was because she was worried about him, what he'd do if she stopped talking to him. We tried to help, but kept refusing. He came to a family party once and saw her. It ended in an argument, sadly, because he said to another family member, them see you next Tuesdays are controlling her. She wants to give me money, but they won't let her. I could have had that house if it wasn't for them. This resulted in family sticking up for us and asking him to leave. After he went, she said to us, I can't stand him. I don't want to see him anymore. Please don't let him into the house if he comes around. That's all we needed to hear, so we blocked him. He contacted us multiple times and we said no. He even left us a voicemail saying he was going to slit my partner's throat if we didn't allow him to visit her. We contacted the police and even contacted social services again, who agreed it was elder abuse and helped us. A few months later, she sadly passed away. 24 hours before she passed, on her deathbed, she actually said, I think that stroke was because of him. He scared me so much, I tried to help him, but he didn't want it. Followed by, I hate him for what he did to my home. I hope he rots. He didn't turn up at the funeral, but turned up a few days later at my workplace, drugged off his face again. I spoke to him shortly during my lunch hour where he said, she was the world to me, the only person that ever believed in me. I loved her like a mum. I'd have done anything for that woman, and she'd have done anything for me. Then said, I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for her. I lost it. I said, she hated your guts. She hated you in the end. Do you know she laid on her deathbed hours from death, and the only time she mentioned you was to say she blamed you for her stroke. You treated her like utter shit. You smashed up her home to the point she was scared to even get back to pack up. Maybe you should killed yourself and left her and everybody alone. Even your kids would be better off without you. I got up and walked off. As you've guessed by the title, he did. He killed himself the next day. I've only ever told 2 people that final part, and one said you only told him the truth, and the other called me a monster. I believe both points of view, but I don't regret it. Yeah, that title had me leaning one way, for sure. Mm-hmm. But after reading the story, I understand why he said it.
Yes.
And I understand why he doesn't feel any remorse either. I just don't know if that was the right thing to do, basically.
I'm kind of in like you said, I understand why he said that. Mm-hmm. But as a person, I don't think I could tell someone to do that.
Yeah. The first comment said, I wouldn't regret telling him that for a second. He frightened your aunt who had such a good heart to try to help him through a very tough time that he himself created. Don't feel guilty. He should have done it sooner before triggering your aunt's stroke and making her leave this world sooner than anticipated. Sorry about your aunt. She deserved better. Comment number 2 said, I would probably feel remorse, but that's because I have constant crushing, irrational guilt about everything anyway. Logically, though, and considering all the pain and violence he caused, it sounded like this was for the best. You have protected the future lives of anyone around that man. You've potentially prevented the deaths of good people. If I could convince the really evil people of this world to go and off themselves without remorse, I'd do it too.
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
that's a hot take.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's difficult is because you have life and death, right? And I mean, clearly he was not in the right headspace. Mm-hmm. He was definitely high. It seemed like definitely high or drunk most of the time. And it didn't seem like he was going to rehab. Regardless, he did do all kinds of damage and was very hurtful to the aunt and to other family members, it sounds like. All I can say is I definitely understand why this person said what they did.
Yes. But I don't... Personally, I couldn't say something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say it to, like, serial killers.
Yeah.
Without remorse, but... I mean, I guess the second comment has a little bit, like, of a... Not good, but...
Yeah. A point, like
yes.
A valid point.
That this person could have gotten worse and possibly hurt someone beyond repair and maybe even killed someone.
Yeah.
He definitely wasn't leading towards a good point.
And it doesn't appear like he was even interested in rehab or anything of the sort.
Or trying to become better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, saying that, I can't really say that for certain because some people do change their life around.
Absolutely.
It's definitely just a hard one to... I mean, it's a confession, so we don't have to decide anything.
Right, absolutely.
So...
It definitely wasn't one I was expecting, that's for sure.
Yeah. Reddit's got some crazy stories out there. Moving into our second confession. This one's a little bit lighter.
Yay.
I absolutely mortified myself at the hospital. Throw away because I'm absolutely not attaching this to my main account.
Why not?
About a week ago, I got tumor removal surgery. Biopsy came back, not cancer, thank goodness. I was high from anesthesia for hours, and because the surgery was on my abdomen, it was hard to walk or even sit up without sharp pain. Because the surgery was gynecological, the nurses put me in a diaper because they said sometimes it can bleed a lot, and the diaper's easier to deal with than a pad and underwear. I was too out of it and in too much pain to really care. They also told me that they wanted me to try to go to the bathroom in the toilet and to call them when I needed to so they could walk me over and I guess make sure everything was working correctly. For hours, I just slept and complained about how much it hurt. And then at some point, I got hungry and thought, I may as well go to the bathroom so that they stop asking me if I need to. So I drank a ton of water and about half an hour later told them I was ready. So they walked me to the bathroom with the layout of the room. I said, you can keep the door open if you need to watch. I really don't care. Again, it was hurting to sit or stand or anything but lie on my back. So they had to position me in the fluid collector and help me take off the diaper. The diaper, which has collected a bowel movement I was unaware had occurred.
Oh, honey. How old is this person?
19.
Oh, honey. You're not going to care when you're in your 40s. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was absolutely mortified. I'm 19 and just pooped in a diaper and was unaware of it. It sure snapped me out of the anesthesia. I felt my face get super hot, and I stared at the ground, and the nurse just said, well, it's a good thing that your digestion is working. Don't worry, it's a good thing. Except I was very worried and not convinced at all it was a good thing. I went to the bathroom fine. I meant it hurt, but a lot less than my self-esteem had been hurt. And the nurses had to help me get into a new diaper for the rest of the evening. I saw them all a lot more times over the rest of that day and was mortified each time. And the dumbest part was I didn't actually end up bleeding all that much. Certainly not enough to warrant the diaper, but I couldn't even pretend that my diaper was changed from too much blood. Nope. Nope, that was definitely me pooping myself. This frickin' tumor has been stealing my dignity from the very beginning.
Oh, honey, trust me, I'm sure, the nurses have seen it all, and that is nothing compared to what has been, what they have seen or been on. I mean, at least there's some nurses that you pooped in a diaper, but there are some nurses that get pooped on.
Yeah.
Or poop thrown at them. So I'm sure it's totally fine. Yeah. And you're only 19. Mm-hmm. There's trust me, once you get to my age, whatevs. It happens.
Comment number 1. Trust me, worse things happen to those nurses on that shift. A teenage girl who went through abdominal surgery and pooped in a diaper, they probably sighed of relief. They probably sighed of relief when the shit stayed in the diaper. And not on the walls or even on them. Literally what you were just saying.
Oh my gosh. And I bet even some of them are from older patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment number 2. It is a good thing. 1, they can't discharge you after abdominal surgery until you pee and pass gas. And 2, you do not want to be constipated after abdominal surgery. It is painful and very unfun to get things moving. Also, nurses see way worse on a regular basis. It's not even a blip on their radar. I work in a hospital, not even as a nurse, And I see the worst. I see worse all the time.
I mean, I totally understand. That would absolutely 100% be embarrassing.
Yeah.
But like...
I like how you basically said the first comment before I read the first comment.
Yeah, that was like...
Wait a minute.
All I keep thinking it was like...
I think of the dementia patients that are...
Yeah.
going crazy. And
yeah. I mean, we have friends that are nurses and family members that are nurses, and they have told us some wild stories. And poop being thrown on them or wiped on the walls, or in their hand, and then the nurse comes in and then they wipe it on the nurse. Like, I agree with the commenter that they were probably very happy that it stayed in the diaper.
Yeah. And technically, like, as a nurse, isn't that part of your job, kind of, is taking care of a patient who can't take care of themselves?
Right. And that could include many different things. It's not just like taking care of a wound or...
Shit.
Yeah. There's many different things that go involved in that. And it was a good thing. I mean, I understand, like, what the hell just happened? I just
did it without even
feeling it or realizing it. I totally understand that, but maybe it was your body like, we're going to get rid of this now.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to Creepypasta.
Dun, 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 dun.
My job is trash. I don't mean that in a metaphorical, I hate my career kind of way. I mean it literally. I'm a garbage collector. My alarm goes off at 4 a.m. I pull on steel-toed boots, and I spend the next 8 hours heaving the things people don't want anymore into the back of a growling truck. It's a dirty, smelly, physically demanding job, but it pays the bills for my tiny apartment, and it's honest work. You also learn a lot about people from what they throw away. Most of the time, it's just bags of household garbage, but sometimes you find treasures. A broken piece of furniture that can be fixed, a box of old books. People get rid of the strangest things. My rule is that if it's in a box and set out separately, it's fair game to take a look. That's how I ended up with the tapes. It happened a few weeks ago. I was on my usual route through a quiet, older suburban neighborhood. One of the residents, a man probably in his late 20s, flagged me down. He looked awful. His eyes were wide and bloodshot, with dark bruised-looking circles under them, like he hadn't slept in a month. His hands were trembling. "Hey," he said, his voice a hoarse whisper. "You're the garbage guy, right? Can you just take this for me? Just get it out of my house, please?" He shoved a heavy cardboard box into my hands. It was sealed with a single hasty strip of packing tape. "Sure thing, man," I said. "Just leave it in the curb next time." "No," he said, his eyes darting around nervously. "I need it gone. Now." He didn't wait for a reply. He just turned and practically ran back into his house, slamming the door behind him. I shrugged, tossed the box into the cab of my truck to look through later, and continued my route. That night, back in my apartment, I finally opened the box. It was heavy. Inside, packed neatly, were at least 50 old home video cassettes. The kind we all used in the 90s. Big, clunky black rectangles. None of them had labels. They were completely anonymous. I'm not gonna lie. My first thought was a little voyeuristic. Who knew what could be on these? Maybe something weird? Something interesting? It was a window into a stranger's life. Anything was better than the usual mind-numbing cable TV. I had an old VCR TV combo I'd picked up from a thrift store, so I pulled it out, blew the dust off it, and popped in the first tape. The screen flickered to life with a burst of static, then resolved into a shaky, oversaturated home video. It was a kid's birthday party. A backyard, A bunch of screaming children, a cake with cartoon characters on it. The timestamp in the corner said 1998. Watching it, I got a strange sense of secondhand nostalgia. The clothes, the music, the quality of the video itself, it was a time capsule. And I recognized one of the kids, a small, skinny boy with a goofy grin. It was the man who had given me the box. The next few tapes were more of the same. Christmas mornings with mountains of discarded wrapping paper, awkward family vacations to the beach, the camera panning shakily across sunburned faces. I watched him grow up on those tapes, from a little kid to a gawky teenager. It was strangely intimate, watching these moments that were never meant for my eyes. It was all so normal, boring even. I was about to give up and just toss the whole box. That's when I put in the tape of the barbecue. The timestamp said July 2002. The scene was familiar. A sunny backyard, adults drinking beer, kids running through a sprinkler. The man from the tapes, now a teenager, was trying to flip burgers on a grill, clearly failing. It was another slice of mundane life. I was half watching, half scrolling on my phone, and then the video glitched. The screen dissolved into a brief, violent snowstorm of static. A loud bzzz come through the speakers. It lasted only a second. When the picture returned, the scene was the same. The burgers were still burning, the kids were all still screaming, but something was different. In the background, hanging from the thick branches of a large oak tree, there was a shadow. It wasn't there before the glitch. I rewound the tape and watched it again. Normal scene. Bzzz. Glitch. And there it was. It was a dark, amorphous shape, like a smudge on the lens, but it had a distinct, unsettling form. It looked tentacled, like a squid or an octopus, made of pure darkness, just dangling there among the leaves. I leaned closer to the screen, my heart beating a little faster. It was probably nothing, a film artifact, a bit of the tape degrading in a weird way. That had to be it. I shook my head, dismissing the creepy feeling crawling up my spine, and let the tape play out. The shadow never moved. It was just there, a silent, impossible observer, and a happy family memory. I put in the next tape, a Christmas morning from 2004. The family was in their living room opening presents. The teenage boy, the man, was showing off a new video game console. It was all laughter and joy. I was watching intently now, waiting. Bzzz. The glitch, the static, the picture returned, and my blood ran cold. It was there again, the thing, but it wasn't on a tree in the background anymore. It was in the house. For a few frames, just a fraction of a second, I saw it standing in the dark hallway that led out of the living room. It was clearer this time. It had depth, a three-dimensional quality. It was not a flat shadow. It was a thing, a tall, spindly, dark thing with what looked like long, thin limbs that coiled and shifted like they had no bones. It was just standing there in the shadows of the hallway, watching the family celebrate. I rewound it, played it in slow motion. Before the glitch, the hallway was empty. After the glitch, the creature was there. It wasn't part of the original recording. The glitch wasn't revealing something that was already there. The glitch was adding it. It was inserting this observer into the memory. That's when the obsession began. I spent the next 3 days doing nothing but watching those tapes. I called in sick to work. I didn't eat. I barely slept. I sat in my darkened apartment, the only light coming from the glowing screen of the old TV, and I watched. Every single tape was the same. A normal family event, a wedding, a graduation, a trip to the theme park, and in every single one, the glitch would happen. And every single time, the thing would be there, and it was getting closer. On a tape of a trip to the zoo, it was a dark shape behind the glass of the reptile house. On a tape of a school play, it was a tall, thin figure standing in the wings of the stage. With each appearance, it became more defined. The vague, octopus-like shadow resolved into a distinct silhouette. The silhouette grew limbs, a torso, a head. It was impossibly tall and thin, its limbs too long, its joints bending at unnatural angles. It was like a spider and a man had been melted together in the dark. It never moved. It never interacted with the family. It just watched. A silent, parasitic passenger on their memories. I felt like I was losing my mind. Was I just seeing things? Was the man who gave me the tape some kind of weird indie filmmaker who made found footage horror? But it all felt too real. The family, their lives. It was authentic. The creature was the only thing that felt wrong. I got to the last tape in the box. It was older than the others. The quality much worse. The timestamp read 1995. The tape began in a sterile white hospital room. A tired-looking woman in a hospital bed, a man who I recognized as a younger version of the father from the other tapes, holding a small swaddled bundle. It was the birth of the man who had given me the box. His first moments of life, captured on grainy magnetic tape. I braced myself. I stared at the screen, my knuckles white, waiting for the inevitable glitch, waiting to see where the creature would appear this time, in the corner of the room, in the reflection of a window. But the tape played on. The baby cried. The mother smiled, exhausted but happy. The father cooed. The camera zoomed in on the baby's tiny wrinkled face. It played perfectly from start to finish. No glitches, no static, no creature. The tape ended, the screen dissolving into a blank, blue void. A wave of immense, shuddering relief washed over me. I laughed, a choked, hysterical sound. It was over. The last tape was clean. It was just a weird, recurring flaw in the other tapes. A magnetic anomaly. My brain had filled in the blanks, created a monster out of nothing. I was an idiot, a sleep-deprived, paranoid idiot. I leaned forward and turned off the VCR. The TV screen went black, and I saw it. It wasn't in a reflection. It wasn't a trick of the light. It was in the room with me. Oh, hell no. The darkness behind the television, in the corner where the shadows were deepest, was wrong. It was a patch of absolute black, a void that seemed to drink in the faint light from the street lamp outside, and from that void, 2 points of light ignited, 2 giant crimson, self-luminous eyes. They weren't looking at the TV, they were looking at me. I could see its shape now, fully formed, no longer a grainy image on the screen. It was pressed against the wall and the ceiling, its long, spindly limbs splayed out like a monstrous spider. Its body was a shifting mass of shadows, but those eyes were solid and real and filled with an ancient, terrifying intelligence. I don't think I screamed. I think the sound was trapped in my throat, a solid ball of pure terror. I scrambled backward, falling out of my chair, and crab-walked across the floor until my back hit the opposite wall. I fumbled for the lamp on my end table, my fingers feeling like useless, clumsy sausages. I found the switch and flicked it. The room was flooded with light. The corner was empty. The TV was just a TV. The shadows were just shadows. It was gone. But it had been there. I knew it. I spent the rest of the night huddled in my lit kitchen, clutching a butcher knife, jumping at every creak and groan of the old building. Sleep was a country I could no longer visit. The next morning, driven by a desperate need for answers, I decided to go back to the man's house. I had to know. I had to ask him what he'd put me through. I gathered up the tapes, put them back in their box, and drove over to his neighborhood. When I pulled onto his street, I saw the police cars. Yellow tape was cordoning off his house. My heart sank into my stomach. I parked down the street and walked closer, trying to look like a curious neighbor. A small group of actual neighbors were gathered on the sidewalk, speaking in hushed, morbid tones. Just found him this morning, an elderly woman was saying. Terrible, so young. What happened? Another neighbor asked. The woman lowered her voice, but I was close enough to hear. They're not saying much, but my cousin's son is one of the officers on scene. He said it was the strangest thing he's ever seen. The man was just sitting in his chair. No signs of a struggle, but his head, well, the top of his skull was gone, and his brain, it was missing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I didn't hear anything else. The words hit me like a physical blow. His brain was missing. The world tilted on its axis. I turned and stumbled back to my car. The box of tapes, feeling like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I got home, my mind a blank roar of static. I needed to get rid of them, burn them, throw them in a river. I brought the box inside, and as I was about to just dump the contents into a trash bag, my fingers brushed against a piece of paper at the very bottom, hidden beneath the last cassette. I hadn't noticed it before. It was a small folded note. The handwriting was shaky, erratic, the writing of a man on the edge of utter collapse. I unfolded it. It only had a few words. I am sorry. It promised me it would leave me alone. And in that moment, I understood everything. He passed it to me, and now I don't know what to do. Do I live with this thing, this silent observer waiting for it to get hungry? Or do I find another person, another stranger, and hand them a box of old tapes? Do I save myself by damning someone else just like he did? But it hadn't saved him. The creature had lied. It had moved on to me, and then it had gone back to collect its final payment from him, his brain. Maybe that's what it eats. Minds. I don't know. All I know is that I'm so tired, but I'm terrified to go to sleep. I'm not going to be going to sleep.
I'm going to go cry now.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching
Mickey Mouse podcast.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, it wasn't really getting me, and then the brain thing.
Yeah. So creepy.
Sometimes I think a lot of these creepypastas go that way. In the beginning, it's like, oh,
whatever.
It's not
bad.
It's not that bad, and then something just flicks.
It's like, what am I reading?
What happened? Very interesting.
Agreed.
I think it was the octopus-like shape that wasn't really...
Yeah, I actually thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah.
But then it's like... Then it turned into like a silhouette of a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
With like spider limbs, and... I fucking hate spiders.
Yeah, same.
Still, I don't think this is the number one scariest one that we have.
I don't think so either.
What is the... I think the 3 a.m. whistler.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good one for sure.
That one's one that got me.
Yeah. The one that we did that was about the where the people kept getting closer and closer to the house, and then we're in the house. That just irritated me because it was like, I mean,
just fucking leave.
Yeah.
The one where in the beginning it started with just a car coming and then sitting, and then it'd go away.
Yeah.
And then people came up to the door. Yeah. That one was kind of... It was a little bit creepy, but like you said, more annoying than just fucking leave.
Yeah.
I do want to mention, since when this posts, it's going to be October.
Yay!
Spooky season.
Woo-woo.
And we decided the week of Halloween, so the last week in October, we will be doing a 2-part Halloween special.
Woo-woo.
So hopefully you guys look forward to that. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm very excited.
It's something a little different, and I think it'll be kind of fun and get our minds off of some of the things that we've been thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to know what it is, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. With that is all we have for today. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can find us on Spotify and Instagram at GirlsGoneCuriousPodcast. Until next time.